Hello everyone, back again with a real quick video here. I mentioned in my last video that I was going to be doing a contest entry, and so I'm going to get on that right now. So I'm doing a contest entry for Emma at 8 Vinyl Low. I have had the pleasure of doing a live stream, might have been two of them, with Emma a little while back on our Northern Revolutions Wednesday night show. I'll leave a link to Northern Revolution's channel down there. I'll also be leaving Emma's link as well, so if you haven't subscribed to her channel, definitely go and do so. And this contest is in honor of her favorite band, Cheap Trick. I was not aware of this until I watched her contest entry video the other day, that April the 1st was declared by, I believe, the state of Illinois to be an official Cheap Trick Day. So April 1st is Cheap Trick Day officially in the state of Illinois, where they're from. And so she has 5 questions plus a bonus, all related to Cheap Trick, but you do not have to show Cheap Trick albums. If that were the case, then I would be struggling with this because I actually do not own any Cheap Trick, but these are all related to the questions involved. And the bonus will get you an extra entry into her contest, and the prizes are really cool, including a Greatest Hits album, some guitar picks, and gift cards plus other goodies possibly. So that would be wonderful. So I'm going to try to get that prize. That is my goal here. But who knows? I notice that there's lots of entries going into this contest. So before I ramble on too much longer, here we go with the 5 questions. Question number 1, I want you to want me an underrated album that you have in your collection. Well, 3 of these 5 albums I'm going to show are of Canadian bands or musicians. And I'm going to go with Alanis Morissette's supposed former infatuation junkie. I always get struggle with that one. But I think the reason that this one suffers is the album that was released previous to this, Jagged Little Pill, had tons of hit singles. It's the album that she is well known for. But this one has this one is actually just as stellar. The inner is nothing special, just the lyrics and whatnot. And of course the back. So basically this is Thank You was the big song on here, but Front Row, That I Would Be Good, You Are, Unsent, So Pure. These are all great tracks that are on here. I think it's underrated because it is overshadowed by the album that came out previous to this. In Color, question number 2, In Color, a visually striking album. Sticking with the Canadian theme, this is a unique, I guess, Canadian band from the 1970s specifically. Kind of spacey, kind of soft poppy, kind of rock music, maybe some progressive rock. And it's a band by the name of Cottle, best known for their song Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, which was, redone at a certain point by other bands and musicians. But I think that this is a super colorful looking album with the sun, and then you've got these colorful mushrooms, you've got some butterflies that are on there, and all kinds of nature-esque things. So Cottle, and the album 3:47 EST, or Eastern Standard Time. All right, number 3, Surrender, an album that eventually grew on you. Well, I've shown this one before, and that is Tears for Fears, Songs from the Big Chair. When I first got this, I was like, yeah, it's a good album, but I don't understand what the hype is. I don't understand what everybody's so hyped about. But then, if you get past the main tracks on here, like, there is no doubt that Shout and Everybody Wants to Rule the World and Head Over Heels are great tracks. But the reality is I think that it is those deeper cuts, the Working Hour, Broken, Listen, I Believe, that make this album. So it's the deeper cuts, and once you can get into that, I think that this is a stellar album. Took me multiple listens to get into it, but I respect it. All right, number 4, Budokan Energy, a high energy album. And I think preferably a live album in this case. So I've talked about this band before. Lots of members of VC that comment on my posts or my videos are intrigued by the Greenlandic bands that I have. Yes, bands from Greenland, specifically the band Nanook. Now, normally the album that I do show is the one that has the polar bear on it that's diving into the water. But this one here, Illucinate, I'm going to butcher that name, but this is a live album done by the band, a live performance in Greenland that they had done. The inner is a little bit darker, but you can kind of see caves there. But this is a 2-disc set, and it was recorded in 2018 at the Nanook 10-year anniversary concert in Inusivik. And it also includes a bonus track that is a digital copy only. So I think that is a high performance one. Very rare that we talk about bands that have live performances in Greenland. But this one here, you can hear the crowd in the background. It's really good, high energy, drums, etc. And the last question, not including the bonus, is She's Tight, show a no skip album. Once again, I've also shown this album before many times, myself and Rob at Northern Revolutions, and I think I think his name is James Cottle. Anyway, we all champion this, and that is Amanda Marshall and her debut album, the self-titled one. Kind of bluesy, kind of rock, soft pop, you name it, from start to finish. This one is stellar. She did have a track, Birmingham, that did go top 40 on the Billboard charts in the United States, but all across Canada. This was played on the airwaves consistently. What is this? 1995. Let It Rain, Fall from Grace, Beautiful Goodbye, Dark Horse, Sitting on Top of the World, Last Exit to Eden, and more. The final track, Promises, is my favorite one on this album. And yeah, I just love that album. Some people compare her, maybe saying that she is the Canadian Sheryl Crow. And there are definitely some similarities to that. So that is the 5th one. And then the bonus question is to share a Cheap Trick memory. Well, the reality is I've never seen Cheap Trick in concert. I hope that this will pass as a bonus entry. But the big thing about Cheap Trick is this. The band, The Sweet, that did Fox on the Run, Ballroom Blitz, those tracks, for whatever reason, when I was younger, and I think what it is my dad used to play both of these bands, I used to get confused. I actually thought that The Sweet were Cheap Trick. And so even to this day, sometimes if I hear Sweet songs on the radio, I will often think that it's Cheap Trick, even though they're not. The band members aren't the same. The styles, I guess maybe they're a little bit the same, but for whatever reason, my memory of Cheap Trick is The Sweet is the same band. So there we go. Sorry. Check out Emma's channel. I will leave a link below. Check out the contest if you are wanting a greatest hits album, if you are wanting some guitar picks, if you are wanting some other cool things. Simple 5 questions. I think that I have gone on long enough. Once again, until next time, leave me a thumbs up, click the subscribe, and leave a comment down below. What did you think of these albums? We will see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.